So, hey, we are the 80s guys New Zealand, and we are here to discuss how it was like living in New Zealand in the 80s. This is Lee.
Hi, I'm Lee.
Simon.
Yo.
I'm Kane.
What's Kane?
Apparently.
Today.
We didn't think that.
Right, and today we're going to discuss Halloween. Seeing as it is Halloween here in New Zealand, this video probably isn't going to be up at the same time as Halloween, obviously. We are learning things,
Maybe
so...
Halloween 2015.
2000, you're optimistic. Come on, dude, we're 80s guys.
I have to be optimistic. I mean, I want my grandkids to see this. Or maybe I don't.
Might
You-
just be edited by
You're actually planning on having grandkids?
You got me.
There we go. Okay.
Adopted grandkids. You adopt kids, right? We're not grandkids.
Okay,
That's
we
quite
need to
creepy.
discuss your issues at a completely different time.
Issues? Come on, folks.
Sure, okay, we'll go with either one of those. Anyway, okay, so, growing up in New Zealand in the 80s was different. And the fact that we all grew up in the South Island, me and Lee were neighbours, and Simon grew up in a place called Rangiora, which is, how shall we put it, Hicktown.
Yeah, very different.
Sorry for anybody watching in Rangiora, but
You're inbred, get over it.
anyway, living in New Zealand, especially in the South Island, you were isolated from a lot of the world. But, of course, we didn't really know we were until probably the internet started to come up and we realised there was a lot more out there than what we actually had.
That's about right.
Very definitely.
Yep. So, what's your take on how we used to do things when we were kids, Lee? Halloween?
You want to talk about Halloween? Or
Yes.
you just want to blanket anything? Halloween?
Halloween.
Alright, so we didn't do Halloween when we were kids. At least most people didn't do Halloween when we were kids. But we were special kids. You know? We did things differently. How did we even find out about Halloween other than watching on TV? Did we just decide one day, hey, these kids on TV are trick-or-treating, why aren't we doing that?
Well, the way I recall it, we were watching
What, Charlie Brown,
something like that. We
Great Pumpkin, Linus thing or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it was actually that episode, but we were watching, I think it was an American show. I don't think it was a cartoon at the time. I
Really
think,
narrows it down.
yeah, I know. Really? Are you sure?
What, Webster? No, Cosby Show.
Anyway, we used to watch the shows that had the American portrayal of Halloween, and I think it was when we were about 7 or 8, the first time we went out.
Yeah, was it older than that, maybe 10?
10, possibly. First time we went out was fun, to say the least.
We remember more of it than I do. So I can't remember. Well, I actually do remember quite a bit of it.
The drugs hitting you hard these days, are they?
It's sugar actually. It's the crashes that are the problem.
I'll bet. So, anyway, the first time we went out, I dressed up, I think, as a skateboarder because we didn't really have any costumes.
So you just went as yourself?
I basically just went as myself. Yes. And hey, who can give me candy? If I showed up at your door, would you give me
I'd
candy?
give you a shotgun blast to the face. That's about it.
Will it be candy?
If you came to my place, you got religious leaflets.
But would you still give me candy?
Even if you were...
No.
I'm
You
talking
got-
about now. If I came to your house right now, would you give me candy?
No.
Why not?
I don't got none.
Plus you're not a kid.
So,
You're not a kid. Adults don't get candy.
adults can get all the candy they like. We
Yeah,
work.
But we buy it for ourselves.
But I
No
don't think-
handouts for adults unless you're unemployed.
Again, that's a whole other issue.
Or you have too many kids.
That's a whole other issue that underlies in New Zealand that we don't want to talk about
So
right
today on the show we're going to talk about the social welfare state in New Zealand as it stands today. And as we imagine it wasn't already. Talk about something else.
Something about Halloween we were talking about?
Yes, I believe
I just remember candy, that's all.
You see- you see-
Candy.
now. You see, once we put candy in front of Lee, that's it. He's just out for the night.
The candy's gone for the night too. Good home.
We're not talking about a girl called Candy either, you know that, right?
Let's talk about both. Wait, I hate a girl.
No, I hope not.
I wonder I'm so gassy.
And this is what we may expect for further shows.
I'm the comic
Anyhow.
I'm the comic relief.
Yes, we're relieved you think you're a comic.
You're laughing.
Not with you, Lee. Not with you.
Still counts.
So anyway, as I say, yeah, we're about 10. First time I went out as a skateboarder, basically being myself. You, I believe,
I remember.
Ghost?
Oh yeah. I
Yes.
still have that costume somewhere.
It was a sheep with holes cut in it.
What more do you need for a ghost? That's literally a ghost. You look it up on maybe not Urban Dictionary, but look it up in the dictionary and you'll say like noun, person with a sheep.
So Lee was pretending that he was a floating sheet. I was a skateboarder, and my brother.
I remember.
Do you
Shark attack victim.
really?
Hmm?
I thought it was a
Torn,
second time.
torn shirt, red.
Ah,
stuff.
yes, that's
I
right.
think he had a. Did he have a? I don't know if he had a. He might have had a boogie board or something. Or just
Yes, we had those foam
Yeah.
boogie board
yeah.
things. Yes.
Yeah.
So
So else went. There was someone else that came. There's 4 of us.
was it David?
Davey,
David?
little Davey from
Yeah.
baseball.
Was it?
I don't know. Maybe. Who else would it have been?
I think it was him.
Dale. He's probably allergic to candy.
Possibly. Anyway, all 4 of us.
He's allergic to cheese and pine.
I think he was allergic to life. Anyway,
Cheese and pine trees and life.
4 of us went out trick-or-treating. Now, this is not a done thing in New Zealand, especially in the 80s. We met with some people laughing about the fact we actually went trick-or-treating. We did come back with a little bit of a hoard. Not much candy, we got a lot of crackers. We got...
Remember the holiday park gave us a cookie and,
And
a
a
gold band taxi card and a business card.
And a business
So-
card, yeah.
But when you're a kid, business cards are fun because they're shiny and colourful.
And you can cut yourself on the corners.
Oh, that's sharp.
Some of them were. Yeah. But it wasn't really the done thing. And today, kids everywhere seem to be more into this Halloween thing. I'm not just saying it's bad, but I don't really like them knocking on my door. I can understand why.
Get off my lawn! Oh man.
I can understand why people were like, "Oh, this is quaint. What are you doing?" When we were doing it in the 80s, and nobody really did it.
We just go yell at us. In America, go home.
Yeah, pretty
our,
much.
Our way, nobody.
Yeah.
Not a single person would have done it.
Yeah.
Because everybody was saving up to buy fireworks
Oh yeah.
for Guy Fawkes Day, which is in 5 days' time.
Yeah.
And
And
what we did, we'd go out to the park behind, and everybody would be letting off fireworks. And
you'd sit
So
it would be
So
4
basically-
weeks beforehand, there would be stuff going off, and
So basically, what you were saying is everybody in Rangiora was saving up their money to blow shit up.
what
all
else you
burn
gonna?
shit down.
What else you
because
gonna do in Rangiora?
We actually had a few people that would, had a farm, and you'd go out and set
Scare
fire
the
to
crap out of their cattle. What?
No, there's all bonfire, and
Right.
somebody would chuck a couple of
Children?
no,
See,
no.
that doesn't sound very Halloween-like or anything.
no, because we're not an American culture, we're an English-based culture.
Yeah. Americans
So
throw
we have-
small children onto fires.
Yeah,
We do not.
we fill Dad's old shirt with straw and chuck it on top of the bonfire.
There you go.
Right. Yes, but again, that's Guy Fawkes, I suppose. Although the interesting thing about Halloween is that it did start in Europe anyway,
Yeah.
originally. It's just the Americans took the idea and ran with it and decided to involve candy for some reason.
You
Commercial-
made it better.
Made it
Fatter.
Look, the great thing about Halloween is that now when you go into stores like the warehouse and shit, right, you see Christmas stuff out already now. Well, at least you didn't used to see it now. But a little bit back, at least with Halloween, it's like a buffer, right? So you see the Halloween stuff, and then the Christmas stuff comes out. If Halloween wasn't there, it would be Christmas all year round, They'd just bring out the Christmas stuff in April and just leave it out all year.
well. They kind of have Easter to fill that.
Yeah, that's what I said, April. They have
Yeah.
April, they have Easter, and then they bring out the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
And it's around for 8 months.
Well, the thing is, some people may find that to be okay because they can say, well, I'm happy because it's Christmas all year round, but those are the kind of people we need to take out back and shoot,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So basically, every owner of most stores in New Zealand.
Or at least re-educate.
Yeah.
Well,
But that's another
With a
topic.
shovel.
That's
The shovel's
definitely
my
one.
favourite re-education tool.
well, we don't want to go that far. Look, we don't want to have the viewers to think that we're psychotic.
Yet.
Much.
Okay, I don't want them to think that I'm psychotic.
Yeah.
We already know he's psychotic, so
I'm nowhere near as psychotic as him, and I'm not quite so sure about him. He's just a bit on the he's a bit on the crazy side, but I'm not sure about the psychotic side. So yes, that is how Halloween was really celebrated in New Zealand. Probably right up until the mid-90s, I think we really started to see trick-or-treaters coming through.
Late 90s.
Mid-90s for us, I think.
For Rangiora, it was definitely the late 90s we started getting... Teenagers would come around and demand candy, and if you didn't give it to them, they'd eat your house.
they wouldn't even be in costumes either. It's like
No,
the
they'd
worst
just
part.
rock up to your door
It's
and
basically what.
go, give us candy.
Yeah.
And Mum did not help the situation by giving them religious pamphlets,
They're
which definitely guaranteed an egging.
like, this is terrible candy. Egg his house.
Yeah, the BB gun sort of solved that problem.
You gave them BBs to eat.
No, they
Well, yes, but indirectly.
Yeah,
Open wide.
I wasn't going for oral insertion.
Not this time.
But a bunch.
His oral insertion stories we don't really need to hear.
This is a family show. We want to keep it,
We want to keep it PG, or maybe
You don't want to have an M
sexual.
rating because it just kills your audience, right? That's like 3/4 of the population gone right there.
well, we don't necessarily need to put any sort of rating on it. People can decide for themselves if they want to watch it.
They have to watch it to do that, and then
I
at
know.
that point it's too late.
Exactly.
What are you thinking?
I know.
So we just put like RP rating peeping.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. So, anything else you remember about
Halloween.
Halloween?
The dogs barking at people, at us.
Yeah.
Knock on the gate or whatever, and then there'd be a dog barking and you'd run away.
All I remember was walking around the small neighbourhood we were in. We didn't really go that far.
No, we went to like the caravan park and that was about it, right? And the other way was the track, so we didn't go through the track, I don't think. We just stopped
No.
at the track.
We didn't. The second year though, didn't we go further around? I think we went around to Mace's, to where Mace's Road comes around.
Maybe.
And I think it was only 2 or 3 years, and then we gave up.
Oh, we got too old for it.
I think we just gave up. Apparently, you're never too old for trick or treating. In fact, let's go trick or treating right now. So the game we're going to review today is Alex Kidd in Miracle World.
That's Alex Kidd. No bar.
That is my biggest gripe with this
2D.
game, is that people cannot pronounce it. Everywhere we go, people always seem to call it Alex the Kid. He's not a Western, he's not a goat, he's also not just a little kid saying he is Alex the Kid. So,
2 Ds. It's his last name, Alex Kidd.
alright, people,
Learn it. It'll be on the test.
gripe over. Right. Fond memories of playing this game as a kid. One of the hardest games I played as a kid. I don't think I ever actually managed to get to the end. I got to...
You did it? No, I beat it.
I know you did, you beat it a couple of times.
Yeah, like twice, that was enough.
I think I managed to get to... not the last castle, like the... How many castles are there?
There's a bronze one and then a grey one.
I think I managed to get
The
to...
grey one's the last one, I think?
Yeah.
Oh no, the bronze one you just go and say hi to the guy and he gives you stuff. It's good. The
What?
grey one's the last castle.
Yeah, it wasn't long. I know I was close to the end. I know I wasn't in the castle, and that's as far as I could even get, and it just started to annoy me, so I ended up stopped playing. So, yes, sorry, Cal. Did you never get
That
past
shows you how far I got.
Did you
Okay,
make it past the title screen?
A little bit.
and Simon, what was your experience on playing this game?
Well, I'd have to go down and stand in line at the farmer's department store for up to 2 hours to get my 15 minutes of
Thanks.
playtime before you got kicked out. That was it. Never had. None of my friends had a console until high school, so.
Really? Was it Master System at that stage?
That was Atari.
Well, it is raining or so that we haven't had that much in the way of technology then.
Depends what level of high school you're talking about.
Nope. You can do this. Good. That's not
Badly.
Anyway, this game was hard. It was a good game, but still damn hard. Most games today can't really compare to how hard a lot of these Master System games actually are. Yeah, I don't know how you did it either. You're just a freak of nature. Just go with it. One of the good things
I
of
told
course,
you, the doctor said those marks are perfectly normal. Yeah. One of the good things about what?
one of the good things about this game, as opposed to modern games, is they don't really care about you having to breathe underwater.
Also, controlling the underwater section on a Master System control pad is a pain in the ass, especially if you've got one with the D-pad starting to give out, because the Master System controllers always fucking give out. Shitty D-pads would wear out, the little things inside them would break, and you couldn't push down sometimes.
I think you were just too rough.
I just played a lot of games. So here we have some kind of underwater frog. I think he's called a merman in the book, even though he's not anything like a merman. At least he's like the reverse merman. And those bubbles of water, they kill you. So, you know, breathing water while underwater, as Alex Kidd, kills you. So remember that, kids. If you're underwater, don't breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Breathe water instead, you'll be fine.
just get killed, you'll be sweet.
That's like my idiot. Here's Mr. Grumpy Fish. He's sort of grumpy and shit.
Do you want that to be your nickname, Mr. Grumpy Fish?
Shit. No.
Are you sure? Because you're sort of using that way.
When? All the time?
Every day?
So, this should be an extra life now because I can't get that other one with the ghost. I can't punch the throat, so I'm just going to give up. Hey! Now I eat a hamburger or a rice ball. You're playing a Japanese version.
I think this is a rush ball.
So now someone else is going to play. Kane's a professional motorcyclist, so we thought we'd let him take the cycling section. And he's going to have to carry his own can. I'm not touching.
Well, you like my animal.
Yeah, you got enough money for a bike. Get the vanishing powder too.
Is it going to make me disappear?
Hopefully. Hope it at least makes you shut up. Don't hit the red blocks and stuff. For kids watching at home, never drive over scorpions with a bike or you'll die like that.
I have not played this game in too long.
It shows.
I know.
It does. I'm the treated marsh water.
Still talking about the game?
No? Okay.
Video game? Well, there you go. I would have lost another cycle there anyway.
Yeah, you have to. Well, you can't play Jankin while
I can, so.
you get against Mr. Fisto here.
What is,
Fisto Roboto.
do you remember what the sequence is?
No. Oh, we didn't get the... How do you... Isn't there a thing to... No, I can't remember. Isn't there rock, scissors or something? I think rock's the first one.
Okay. If I lose, it's your fault.
Hey! Now how does it? You've only got a 33% chance of losing.
Yeah, but no, my luck, I'll probably lose.
Probably. Oh, nice. I've got no idea now. Should we go rock this time? That! You like that out.
Rock, scissors, paper.
I cannot for the life I can even remember what they are.
Well, still, I mean, we normally beat them in the first 3 goes, so. Hey! Is that right? Yeah, there you go. I think it's this. There's a bit where you try and jump across and you hit your head on a rock and you die.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you hit your head on a rock, you're probably going to die if you're trying to jump across something anyway.
Not if you're someone with the cranial strength of Mario or Alex kid. Yeah, it's this one. This pool here I used to always die as a kid because you go into the bottom, you jump and hit your head, you knock these 2 out, and you jump and you hit your head on the way out, and you fall in the lava, and you die over and over again. Right.
Oh!
I was like, don't move to the right, I moved to the left. This is warm. Well, I did better than these other 2 balls.
Hey, you got less score than me, don't you?
We'll review the video.
So that's Ice Kid in Miracle World. If you like playing rock, paper, scissors a lot, then this game's really for you.
Okay, our review of this game is, as you can see, it is damn hard, but I do recommend anybody who is under the age of 25 who hasn't played it before, give it a go. Actually, you go, Lee, you can probably watch this and see how they show you how to do it.
Probably die.
No, it's not for
See? They do die, but they edit it out.
Yes, I do recommend anybody under the age of 25 to go out and grab a copy of this game, or...
What do you mean grab a... How would you grab a copy of this game? If you own a Master System, you have a copy of this game.
Yeah.
As long as it's Master
That's what I mean. I'm trying to encourage them to go out and buy an entire system.
Yeah.
See? See? You see what I did
So
there?
did it hold up well? This game stood the test of time.
It's still just as damn hard as I remember it.
Yeah, but does it hold up graphically?
Well, who cares about graphically?
I mean, it compares to indie games, I guess. There's indie games that are worse.
Yes, there are.
No. No.
Okay.
How many fists out of 5 would you give this game?
4. I give this game 4 fists because it enjoys a good fist.
4 out of 5. So Fist of Roboto or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fist of Roboto. How about you, Simon? How many fists would you give this?
It's good.
It's good, but you're supposed to review this. Simon.
But
Input.
I sucked at platforming as a kid, so it's only a 3.
You only want to give it a 3-fister. Sad. And Lee, how many fists would you like?
I'd give it a 4. Fist of Roboto.
Yeah. So we had some.
I played this a lot as a kid. Like it's the only game I had for a while. I got my system, so
Yeah.
played the shit out of this game. Nothing quite like getting to that very last level where you have to stand on the symbols in order or you die, and not realizing that you had to get them from the guy in the Goldie Castle in order to get the correct sequence. You have to really do that these days. You get to the end and you're like, oh, by the way, that thing you needed, you need that. Otherwise, you can't do this last bit. Unless you have the internet, which back then you didn't.
Yes. The internet. Well, that's a whole nother topic we'll get onto one day.
Maybe
But-
once we're 60.
Then they'll have a whole sort of new internet by then, I think.
Yes.
But yes, hard game. Go out and play it. If we had our scores together, I'm picking we're going to end up with about a 3.5, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
Simon bringing us down.
Usual. You know what?
Hey.
Oh, that was harsh.
So yeah, as I say, go and get yourselves a Master System, play this game. I highly recommend it.
Where'd you get a Master System? If you're in New Zealand, you go off Trade Me for what? $50? Unmodded?
Yep.
Maybe?
And up to $100 to $150 if you want a modded one. Or you could be sneaky and try and find it online.
Yeah, just play an emulator like we did. Sorry. Sorry. I was just actually about to say we played this on an original Master System from the 1980s, which I still have in condition with a Master System controller.
That would be my one.
Brand new out of the box.
That would be my one.
No, I remember my brand new Master System out of the box that I got the other week and we played this on. You don't remember?
You mean the one that broke as soon as you got it out of the box?
Not that one, the second one.
Alright.
Hey, this is Sega, not Sony. Come
I mean, this is Sega, not Xbox.
Well, we're back from trick or treating. We didn't get anything because everyone thought that we were just special children. Special needs
We
kids.
tried the tactic of the teenagers that used to visit Simon's place.
And then they called the police. So
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't go so well nowadays.
No.
No, and that they weren't that appreciative of my T-shirt. I thought it was pretty cool, but apparently it's not Halloween appropriate.
Mm-hmm. And this was a number of calls.
Hey, hey, what do you think you're doing?
I look like I'm doing a show. I'm doing my show.
Your show? Your show?
Yeah. You didn't hear?
No, I didn't actually. I'm sorry, I must have missed that memo.
Let me ask you a bit later. Check your phone later.
Oh, well, I should go check it right now.
Off you go. I think you left it in the car.
That was Bruce Hicks, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, but not in the group.
good to know. Good to know. First show and I'm already ousted.
Oh, well.
See, kids.
It's alright, second show you can stage your comeback tour.
Um,
Tour of what? The lounge?
Why not?
yes, I'll do a left the lounge and I'll be back.
It'd be tough considering that there's nothing to run around in the lounge really. Unless you're gonna own the couch.
I could.
Well, you can just follow the cat around next time.
So anyway, yes, we're back from trick or treating and we didn't get anything. In fact, as Lee said, people tried to call the police on us, and
The first time?
that was the first
Today.
house. So
What's my mum's house? She called the cops on us.
yeah,
Been
that's
done
what happens
before.
when you threaten your own mother to give you candy. Lee.
I don't know why I asked her. I mean, she usually could just go in there and take whatever I want. They don't really care. So.
And you,
Used
should,
to that approach and
you
stuff.
do realise your mother is
See,
actually...
that's probably the problem. See, I took the "Hey, Mum, give me candy" approach at her house, but then at a stranger's house, I just went in and took candy, and that's probably why it didn't go so well.
I told you to knock on the door.
I did. I was not home, so I just went in.
Well, I suppose...
no one
Well,
answered.
that was the difference with trick or treating in the 80s.
Yeah.
New Zealand, nobody locked the front doors.
It's true. The other thing I was going
You
to
didn't
say,
need to.
which you reminded me about, is that I'm surprised kids go trick or treating these days with all the scare around children being left alone and getting raped by any man. Like any man who's out there on his own is a rapist. So you can't let your kids go walking out alone because they'll get killed and raped.
Well,
Whereas when we were kids, we could stay out till 9
It was
o'clock and no
dark.
one gave a shit, you know.
until it got
Yeah.
dark.
And it was safe.
There's 3 men in this room.
Yeah.
So which one of us is raped?
Just getting. How you doing?
Yes, well...
No, the kids I nearly ran over on the way here were with a parent.
Oh, there was
Okay,
trick or
the
treating.
parent was down the road, but
So,
That
so
probably
you're
wasn't
trying to
fair.
run the parent over so you can get the children right?
no,
No, just the candy.
it's Avonhead. They would have got some candy, but
I think there's a
Quite
lot of
frankly,
candy.
But it would have been like
I
Like
need,
red
I need
beans.
less dents in my car.
it would have
So-
been red bean and all that Asian stuff, right?
No.
Asian head.
Probably.
Why not be racist on this show?
No.
But too bad.
Well, I'm going to be doing a lot of editing out on these.
No, I'd just leave it. This is great.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll just put the raw footage up.
The cuts just look so messy. You know, you can tell when they happen. So
I'll just put the footage up, and yeah, I think it's going to get us in a lot of trouble.
Just remember to disable the comment section.
oh yeah, and no, you can't say ratings, can you? Oh, you can. Can you?
No.
No. Okay. Well, that's okay.
We might be able to. We'll work on that.
I have to edit my name out too. You know. Hi, my name is Sam.
Yeah, but then you got to worry about your face.
He wants me to put a blur over his
Yeah.
face. And what just disguise his voice. I could just
No, just my name. You know, just need to disguise my
I could
name.
just edit him out of the show completely.
Just pan the camera a little bit.
Yes. So, the way the show actually works is we will be doing our discussion at the beginning, which we have just done, and we will then do a review of a game from the 80s, starting with either a Master System game or possibly a Mega Drive game, or as people in the States would know, a Genesis game. We played those a lot as kids. Not sure about Simon, but
No.
Lee definitely did.
We didn't have Power Apparent out then around Ring Aura. so
We
didn't want
did.
anything.
If we wanted to play the Mega Drive, we'd go down to Farmers, wait in line,
Oh yeah.
and wait there.
And while the assistant cranked the hand generator. And
That's right. That's right. You know, although I think by that stage they had upgraded to having horses just powering, just walking around in circles with the.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do.
Oh, come on, we weren't quite that bad.
It says quiet, just for the
Did you
hint
ever
of.
go to Rangiora when you were a kid?
I didn't even know there was a ring.
Yeah, me neither.
Yes, well, that's what happens with you people this side of the bridge.
What do you mean, you people?
Anybody this side of the bridge. Rangiora
Which
is
bridge?
the bridge.
There are a lot of bridges.
The
up there.
Wymack Bridge. Anything
Okay.
north of the Wymack Bridge is a massive trip for anybody in town. Whereas in Rangiora, going into town to shop, not that big a deal.
Until you start getting chased out in town with pitchforks.
That's
You mean
on the other side
you
of the
mean
bridge.
he runs out of town carrying pitchforks because he needed to buy some more for his farm? I don't.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Got that one mixed up. Right. And the third part of the show, well, what we're looking for is suggestions from everybody else that's been watching, more than just the one person that's probably watching right now, to say how life was for them in the 80s, or if they have any questions for us about what we did. We can incorporate that into a show. We will try and answer some of the questions on the show. Can't guarantee we're going to do everything.
I can guarantee we're going to do absolutely everything.
So he's guaranteeing that he's going to do absolutely nothing.
Hey, you know me too well. I did say we after all. The royal we. Wait, no, that's me. No, the unroyal we.
So, in other words, Lee's volunteering to do every single ounce of the work. Me and Simon are going to Skype off for the rest of the night, and we'll leave it to it.
And I'm going to add paid ads to the video and keep all the proceeds.
I've already got paid ads done for this.
Yeah.
So, that is essentially what the show is going to be. Hopefully you'll tune into our next episode in maybe a week or so, depending on it out.
Why do I work with creative types like you guys?
That's the first time anyone's ever called me creative in my entire life.
Of this endeavour, you are the creative types.
That's
Because we
must be
forced you
saying a lot.
Yeah.
Is that a monkey see, monkey do?
Yeah, we can go with that.
Alright then. Anyway, so, that's the show. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Catch you next time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on
Click the button. See the
Twitter,
button right there?
Facebook.
That floaty button. That's going to be added post production. Click it. That one. And that one.
No, the
No,
annotations
no,
over.
that one.
Where's the...
And
can
the
put
one
the
in front of
annotation-
Kane's face. That's been there for the whole video.
that annotation. That annotation.
They want to see my face.
Who's they?
The world. They miss me.
Your mama.
Sure.
She's seen enough of his face to count for the.
Last 2 lifetimes.
Right.
Yeah.
Next day. Right. So that's the show. Hopefully you'll be interested in watching the next one. This is Lee,
Lee.
Simon,
Yo.
Kane, saying goodbye from, I guess, the 80s. We'll call it that. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. And we'll see you next time.
Peace.